It's a jolly day. Would you like to try a peach mango pie with the side of the weekly Phoenix Wright kissing appointment? Because if you do, then let's go ahead and get started.
Hi, hey, welcome in, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Hi, hey, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Hope you guys are all doing good today. Ooh, no one's first today. Last DL, welcome in. Hiya, hey. Guardly Guard, hiya, good morning to you. Luano, hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by today. Hello, Moo. Hello. And Cello, finally made it to a stream. Good to have you here. Thank you for stopping by. We're back. We're back with another Phoenix Wright kissing appointment. Can you believe it's already been a week? Time goes by so fast. I feel like the last Ace Attorney stream was like 3 days ago or something. Also, I just experienced this while I was getting ready for stream. But I feel like the bug bites are really bad today. My body's like super itchy, there's bumps everywhere, this is awful. I can't wait for summer to be over. I hate the summer so much. But I hope you guys are all having a good weekend. As always, please feel free to let me know how you guys are doing, what you guys were up to. And today, we're gonna be finishing off case number 2. I can't wait for the fall weather, the fall fashion, and mostly just no more fucking bugs. Ugh, this is so annoying. I hate the summer so much. It's my least favorite season of all time. But yeah, what were you guys up to today? I did some grocery shopping. I was talking so much about Ovaltine last night that I was like, you know what, I'll just get Ovaltine for myself today. So I got some Ovaltine, and I actually made myself a little like milkshake. I got some ice cream as well, and I blended it. I'm not good at making milkshakes though. But that leads into today's check-in question, which my question for you guys is, have you guys ever made homemade ice cream or smoothies or popsicles or any sort of treats like that? I remember when I was in elementary school, I was in like the gifted and talented program. So like after school, we would learn how to do like extracurricular skills and stuff. And there was a day where we made ice cream using like, I think like rock salt or something like that. I don't remember how it's made anymore, but like you would make it in like a baggie or something like that. I think some other kids that went to like American public schools learned it as well, but that's like the core memory I have about that. I was at Otakon for the past 2 days. It doesn't feel like the weekend yet. Are you still at Otakon? Or does the con end before Sunday? That's so weird. You've made Hello. You've made Hello before? That's cool. Oh my god, I need to try it sometime. What the heck? That's fun. Yeah, if you guys have made anything else like that. I mean, I guess popsicles too. There was I went to Miniso the other day, and they have like these really cute Sanrio popsicle sticks. So like they'd have the molds, and then like the little stick would have like a My Melody or like a cinnamon roll. Things like that. Those are also really cute too. I've seen people make like really aesthetic ones where like it's like clear, but then you could see like the frozen fruit and stuff inside. I made it after AIOC as a mini treat. Wasn't OC where I first met you? Was it OC or LA where I saw you in person? Speaking of, AIOC's coming up again. That means I need to set up the event in the Discord server. But yeah. Good morning, Medi. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. It was AIOC, so it's gonna be 1 year then. That's awesome. The con is basically almost over. I'm not there right now. There's like 1 hour left. Otakon closes at 12? That's so interesting. Because is it also Otakuthon right now? I know that my Nico mama, she went to go meet Mint and Matara, so she got their autographs. I think that's Otakuthon though, right? So many conventions going on in the summer. Yeah, even 12 is really early. Because I know Sunday's like the fastest day for a con, but usually it ends at like what? Like 3 o'clock? 12 is kind of insane. Oh, duh, 3 p.m. EST. Okay, you're right. When I was younger, we used to have popsicle molds, so we would put yogurt and fruit in them. We'd put them in the freezer for a bit, and after one night, we'd have frozen yogurt fruit pops. Oh, I was literally just thinking about that. So I've mixed Ovaltine with like ice cream, right? And I wondered if it would be good with like yogurt, but I think the consistency of like yogurt to ice cream is very different, and like what you expect out of them. So I don't know if I would get the same. I don't know. Lesson be learned. I was just thinking so much about our talk about drinks last night. I should have listened to my gut though. So I was debating between Ovaltine and Milo. I ended up going with Ovaltine, but I think they're all the same, so who knows. But anyways, oh my god. Ugh, these bug bites are so annoying. The bump is like so present on my arm now. I used to help my mom with making Filipino fruit salad. We love you. Condensed milk? I should have gotten condensed milk. Oh man. Oh, Milo. Okay, so it looks like everyone here likes Milo more than Ovaltine. That's so wild. Like I said, I never had either, but apparently a lot of Asian kids growing up had Ovaltine, so I told my mom about it. She's like, yeah, I had Ovaltine. You've never had Ovaltine? I was like, yeah. But anyways, we're back with some Apollo Justice today. We are on the second day trial, so I believe this should be the final stretch of the monstrous turnabout. I also saw on Twitter that the Edgeworth duology is coming in 5 weeks. So I'm a little bit terrified because we're like nowhere near finishing up Dual Destinies, let alone Spirit of Justice, right? We're on episode 2 and there are 6 episodes. And typically there's like what? There's like, it takes about a month to finish an episode because we do 1 week of investigation, 1 week of trial, 1 week of investigation, 1 week of trial. I want to get to 4 because I know 4 is the one that I'm most excited about with Dual Destinies. So I might, for this week, for the next month, I think what I'm going to do is I might do 2 Ace Attorney streams per week so we can try and finish up episode 3 and episode 4. So that I could at least finish this case before we get to the Edgeworth duology. Because once Edgeworth releases, we're gonna go straight to Edgeworth. We're gonna put Dual Destinies on hold. We're gonna go straight to Edgeworth because I need to play those games. I've heard they're peak. So yes, we're gonna double up the kissing appointments. But Turnabout Academy. Cosmic Turnabout. This one I'm gonna lose my shit at. I need to at least get to episode 4. So I'm gonna try and probably do 2 Phoenix Wright streams a week. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully I don't burn myself out of it, but I definitely want to get to Edgeworth once it comes out. So we're gonna finish up episode 2 today though, at the very least. So without any further ado, I guess let's go ahead and get to it, right? Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. April 19th, 9:30 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4.
Court is back in session for the trial of Damien Tenma.
Apollo Justice, defense team leader is ready, Your Honor. Athena Sykes, assistant defender is ready, Your Honor. You just sleep. Oh, how do you say that? Just sleep. You just sleep.
As chipper as ever, I see, and in French, no less. And the prosecution? Very well, then. By the way, I asked Detective Fulbright to provide sturdier shackles today. There will be no more of your funny business this time, Prosecutor Blackwill. Now, your opening statement, if you would. I believe it's standard procedure for the prosecution to handle it.
Looks like the judge is really bringing it today. He probably realized how Blackwell played him. That was one mean game of Simon Says. Yeah, His Honor has to fight to defend His Honor today.
Your baldness. It's plain to see that you've always dreamed of delivering an epic opening statement. I have? I don't know if I'd say that. Why, of course you have. I saw it in your eyes the last time you gave the opening statement. That was the look of one who yearns deeply for the thrill of an epic opening statement. For decades now, you've now been watching opening statements from your bench. They were the crown jewel of the court.
One more month to go.
One more month to go! Ryugan, thank you so much for 11 months in the Superstar Sub Club. I greatly appreciate it. How are you doing? Hiya.
They were the crown jewels of the court. The one thing you could not possess. The crown jewels of the court? Now, at long last, they are within your grasp. How could you so possibly refuse? So you don't mind if I do it then?
You're finally in Stormblood. Happy! Also finished the commission. Happy! I love Stormblood. I know it's kind of like, people have mixed opinions about it, but I really like it, so I hope you enjoy your time with it.
I'll make a special exception. Just this once.
Here we go again. Yup, more Blackwell's mind games.
Well, in that case, I think I might go ahead and make the opening statement myself. In yesterday's session, we learned the shocking truth that the victim, Alderman Rex Cubey, was the Amazing Nine Tails. We also learned that the Amazing Nine Tails was a key figure in the yokai craze and the anti-merger protests. It was further revealed that upon learning Rex Cubey's secret identity, Mayor Damien Tenma murdered him. The fact that the crime took place in a tightly locked room was also brought to light. And the only people in that tightly locked room were the defendant and the victim. The defense proposed to the existence of a hypothetical third party. But further investigation revealed no proof of a third party who had escaped the room. Ergo, we must conclude that the evidence against the defendant is, well, conclusive. Did I say something wrong? That was quite astonishing. You've truly outdone yourself this time. Oh, one more thing to boast about to my grandchild.
Well, this was not an unexpected turn of events.
Now then, it seems the prosecution has called a new witness to testify. The inexplicable yokai evidence left at the scene of the crime. Well, does that not demand some sort of explanation? The feathers and tracks. Weren't those left by the mayor while he was possessed? That was but an act to protect his daughter. Yes, of course. I had suspected as much.
Wait, did he actually believe the mayor's award-winning performance?
His daughter was the one who planted the yokai evidence. Ergo, the true identity of the yokai in the manor was the manor's maid, Jinxie Tenma.
Objection!
The prosecution is engaging in mere conjecture!
Would you care for some witness testimony, then? For I am ready to prove that the little scamp is the one behind the Tenma farce.
Witness testimony? I'll bet he means Filch and that creep LaBelle.
Very well, then. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness? Mr. Filch, you've made quite the hasty exit yesterday. See that it does not happen again today.
Wait, I do like Meowth, right?
Meowth, that's right. I've been known for my hasty retreat since I was a kid. Bit of a trademark of mine.
You again, Mr. Filch?
Indeed, you managed to give a total of 5 bailiffs the slip.
Like those amateurs could ever nab me. Yipes!
Perhaps we should shackle you by the neck. That would keep you in place.
Yipes! Oh no, please, I'm liable to rip my own head off if I start running.
Your statement. Now.
Yes, sir. Mr. Blackhead, sir.
He may beat a hasty retreat, but there's no escaping Prosecutor Blackwell. Yeah, Blackwell doesn't strike me as a give-up-easy type.
Now then, Mr. Filch, your testimony, please. Specifically, the true nature of the yokai you saw in the manor shortly after the crime.
The yokai's Jinxie. Tenmataro's really like that little maid gal. Ain't no doubt about it. I mean, the Tenmataro I saw was just a little thing about her size. But the little runt had a big old staff. I seen it when she came into the foyer. Betcha she stole it from the forbidden chamber after stumbling onto the crime scene. She was gonna use it to wallop me on my account for my fierce reputation. I just know it.
So, Tenmataro was short in stature, and that's because it was Miss Jinxie Tenma all along.
You betcha. Besides, all the rest in the manor were way taller than her.
Feigning height is but an easy thing. But a big ox like the defendant could never pass for short.
What if the Tenmataro impersonator was walking on their knees?
Weren't no knee walking. I seen it myself.
Then perhaps that yokai really was Miss Tenma after all.
Welcome in, Blue Moss. Hiya, hey, hey.
Our monsters are naught but tricks, either of the mind or the cheap parlor variety. So you're saying she created an illusion like one of those magical eye things? Precisely. Human senses are easily deceived. Take the fellow in the cell next to me. Each night he cries and screams about some ghost he thinks he sees. But in truth, it was simply the janitor. Oh, Prosecutor Blackwell just gave up the ghost, literally. The janitor's deathly complexion and all-white attire are, no doubt, partially to blame. That and the fact that he constantly mutters about taking revenge for this or that.
That actually sounds like a real ghost to me.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Yeah. The yokai is Jinxie. Oh my god. Ice, Feels so good right now, just having ice cold water. Hold it! Mr. Filch, you and Mr. LaBelle mentioned something about a practice yesterday. Do you deny this so-called lesson was about what you were supposed to say in court?
No, you got it all wrong!
Then could you tell the court exactly what sort of lesson it was?
Oh, what was... Yipes! Oh, now I remember. Math, you know, numbers and stuff.
He's completely under Blackwell's control, too.
Anyway, that Tenmataro was that little maid gal, so what's the difference?
I take it you got a good look at how tall the Tenmataro impersonator was?
You betcha. I got a habit of sizing people up. I even gave you a premiere on how to pull it off. All under the table, Natch. I got a knack for figuring out where people's pockets are and how much money they have. I size them up real good before I relieve them the valuables.
He just admitted to being a pickpocket right here in court. Welcome in, Timbit. Hope you're doing well today. Thanks for stopping by.
Does the witness hold that this Tenmataro entered the foyer?
Darn right I do.
Well, you're not gonna brush it all off by claiming the perp was short.
Must have hit a raw nerve because you ain't that tall yourself.
Look who's talking, mister. I've got to stand on a box just to testify. Anyway, Mr. Filch, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you say that the Tenmataro you saw had a staff?
Cross my heart, hope to die, cause I know, cause it went a jingle and a jangle.
And where do you suppose this staff came from?
The staff, you say? Well,
I suppose you meant to say that Jinxie Tenma entered the Forbidden Chamber to get one.
Well, I ain't never seen a staff like that there in the manor. So it had to be the Forbidden Chamber.
Oh, really? The stench of LaBelle is thick in the air today. Jinxie entered the Forbidden Chamber after the incident. And then she took the staff and tried to cover up her actions by pretending to be Tenmataro. I guess that's what Filch is trying to say? Could Jinxie have even entered the Forbidden Chamber if she wanted to?
There is one thing I was wondering about. Why did that yokai have a staff in the first place?
Well, I've got my hunches about that.
Wallop you? And why would the so-called yokai want to do that?
That little maid gal never did like me. She always was hightails it when I come around, or she sticks these weird papers onto my noggin.
She probably thinks of him as the dreaded tanuki monster of the QB Manor or something. We need to prove that Jinxie isn't Tenmataro. But I have no idea how we're gonna do that. All we have to do is prove that it was impossible for Jinxie to turn into Tenmataro. And that might be easier than you think. Really? Now's our chance. Our chance to expose the real Tenmataro for all to see. Oh, wrong button. Can we use this yet or no? There's only one of it's the key then, right? Objection! Yes. It would seem that Tenma Taro was in fact not this innocent little girl.
Huh? How'd you figure that?
You claimed that the Tenma Taro you saw had one of those staves from the Forbidden Chamber. But it would have been impossible for Miss Tenma to get a hold of one!
Care to elaborate, Mr. Justice?
The mayor swallowed this key shortly after the murder. He wanted to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber.
What's this?
This key was deep in the mayor's stomach when Miss Tenma discovered the crime scene. So you see, it would have been impossible for her to get into the Forbidden Chamber. In short, the Tenma Taro seen holding that staff could not have been Jinxie Tenma!
Yeah!
What? But then who does the defense believe was impersonating Tenma Taro?
Our Tenma Taro impersonator is none other than Mayor Tenma's aide!
Such accusations beg evidence. Aside from his ghastly appearance, can you prove that he is the yokai we seek?
Yes, in fact, I can.
Very well then. Let's see what the defense is going with this. Mr. Justice, please show us proof as to the true identity of the Tenma Taro impersonator.
Oh, no. Take that!
Counsel, did you just say stummy? Can the court stenographer please make sure to record that into the court record?
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking when I said that. We found this hand cream in the Forbidden Chamber. And we know that whoever was Tenma Taro took one of the staves out of here. In short. Hi, May! I believe whoever this hand cream belongs to is the yokai impersonator we're looking for. Add that to the court record as well.
But, Mr. Justice, how do you propose to identify the hand cream's odor?
I'm glad you asked, Your Honor. The defense requests a fingerprint analysis on this piece of evidence. I'm just gonna draft comic while snacking and lurking. I wanna see. It might tell us who it belongs to.
Interesting. So you expect to find the yokai's prints there? Very well. I hereby call a short recess while we wait for the fingerprint results. No need for that, your baldness. We have the prints of everyone at the manor that day. You called Prosecutor Blackwell?
It's confidential for now. Oh, sad. Could anyone be more whipped?
Fulbright, analyze this for prints. You have 3 minutes. Your wish is my command! Very well then. I guess we'll just wait right here. It would seem the fingerprint analysis is complete. What do the results show? What in the world?
They're Florent Lebel's prints, aren't they?
This is absurd!
Prosecutor Blackwell? I'm not gonna like this, aren't I?
Don't tell me. They're Tenma Taro's prints? Fingerprint analysis has revealed that the prints belong to... Phineas Filch.
Objection!
Wait, what? What? Then Mr. LaBelle wasn't the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber?
Objection!
Why, you tricksy little tanuki! Explain yourself now!
Sure. Them prints are mine. I mean, I did pill for that hand cream for Mr. LaBelle after all. So you're the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber? So what if I did? Got a problem with that? Yikes!
You fool of a tanuki! Order! Order! Mr. Justice, care to explain what this could mean?
Excellent question. The fact that Mr. Filch was in the Forbidden Chamber. Wait a second. Does this mean the Tenmataro holding that staff was Phineas Filch?
Yipes! Another cat out of the bag!
Mr. Filch is Tenmataro?
I don't understand. Does this mean Mr. Filch is the real killer?
The witness will explain himself this instant.
I'm begging your pardon, Your Honorship, but I was just doing what the alderman told me. He wanted me to be Tenmataro in the village exorcism ritual.
Oh, you mean that event at the Nine Tails Veil Festival? So that was you inside the Tenmataro costume?
Yep. And after the event, I went to watch that pro wrestling program. But it poured me to tears on account of the wrestlers being complete jobbers.
So he didn't actually watch the entire wrestling match.
It's when I looked at the Tenmataro costume and got a great idea. Nobody can tell it's me when I'm wearing it. Because of them superstitions, no matter what I do, the villagers won't say a word.
In other words, you use the superstitions to effectively render yourself invisible.
Why did you want to enter the Forbidden Chamber in the first place?
Because of the treasure there! Thought it was my big chance to sneak in and nab it!
Treasure?
Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe! Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there.
He went in there not knowing his grandfather had already pilfered it. Guess that's one tale that didn't get passed down from grandpappy to grandson. Wait, how exactly did you get into the Forbidden Chamber? There was a meeting in the Fox Chamber that day. Plus, the mayor swallowed the only key that could open the Forbidden Chamber's door. You couldn't have possibly gotten in!
I cut through the air vent in the foyer! The vents left the old alderman's picture. I went in and made a nice little hole. Used that to get into the air duct that leads to the Forbidden Chamber, I did.
You what? But how is that even possible? Wait a sec! Remember that air vent in the Forbidden Chamber? So Mr. Filch found a way to get into that air duct. And that's how he got from the foyer vent to the Forbidden Chamber vent?
So Tenmataro is nothing more than a cat burglar. Or rather, a tanuki burglar. and we're back to being without anyone to charge for the Elderman's murder.
Looks like our so-called yokai is nothing more than one big troublemaker.
Tell me, Mr. Filch, what did you do after fleeing to the foyer?
I got out of that costume right quick. Would have just caused trouble at that point.
And where is that costume now?
Heck if I know. And it ain't my fault if you never find it.
The police searched every nook and cranny. No yokai costume was left in that manor.
What if it was tossed outside the manor? Ah! No way! But maybe, just maybe.
The defense seems to have hit up upon an idea. Well, go on, Mr. Justice.
Okay. Here's what I think. Mr. Filch, did you get rid of the costume here? Wait, what? Where would I put it at? Like across the hallway?
Take that!
I already told you. Every nook and cranny of the manor was searched. No costume was ever recovered.
Oops.
Can I not present like the window or something? Where would the window be? Here? Oh, here.
Take that!
Did you toss it out the window? Because that would explain why it didn't turn up inside the manor.
You think I tossed it out of the window? That costume cost me a pretty penny. So why would I go do something like that?
I can think of a few reasons.
Any bright ideas, Apollo?
Well, assuming the costume really was tossed out from the window, then the next question would be, what happened to it after that? And if I'm right, I might just have the thing to prove what happened to the costume. Phineas Filch, I have just the evidence for you.
You do?
This evidence proves you got rid of your Tenmataro costume through the window.
Take that!
Take that!
That's, Tenmataro flying through the sky?
And just how does that prove Mr. Filch threw his costume out the window?
It's quite simple. That's not Tenmataro in the photo. It's the costume Mr. Filch threw out.
Aw, that's crazy talk! You ain't serious, are ya?
There's a steep cliff right outside the foyer window, meaning the manor is pretty high up. The costume flew through the air after it was tossed out. That's when the photo was taken. In other words, the photo of Tenmataro really was a flight of fancy.
What?
Yikes!
Oh my! So there really never was a yokai.
Aw, I can't keep any of them cats bagged. Can I still file a claim for the lost costume? This more than proves the defense's position. Jinxie Tenma had nothing to do with staging the yokai sighting.
Care to raise any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell? None whatsoever. I'll deal with that tricksy little tanuki after I've dealt with this case.
We did it! Good going! Now all we have to do is make Florent Labelle take the stand!
Objection!
Stealthing the sword, or sheathing the sword a bit early, are we not?
Huh?
Nothing has been proven beyond a doubt. Take this tricksy little tanuki, for instance. How do you suppose he was able to exit the Forbidden Chamber?
Probably the same way he got in, through the chamber's air vent.
And what of the feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime? They would suggest that the tanuki exited through the chamber door, not the air vent.
Objection!
But the Forbidden Chamber doesn't open from the inside! So what you're saying makes no sense!
Right?
Someone on the outside opened the door for you. Isn't that right?
Yup. It's right, Mr. Blackjack. The door suddenly sprung right open!
Hold it!
Sprung right open? Who was on the other side?
Didn't get a good look on account of the sudden glare.
Like how the reflection from my head blinds fellow moviegoers emerging from the dark.
That's when I snatched that staff and made my daring escape. And then that little maid gal spotted me as I hightailed it down the hall. That means the Forbidden Chamber wasn't open until after the crime was discovered.
But wait. We still don't know who opened it. Maybe there really was a third person in the Fox Chamber.
Objection!
Well, you little tanuki. When the Forbidden Chamber opened, did you see the accused passed out there?
Nope. Only one there was the alderman, and he was as dead as a doornail.
If the accused wasn't there, what do you suppose he was up to?
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
Don't tell me! Plainly, the only one who could have opened the Forbidden Chamber was the accused, Damien Tenma.
Ah! Wait a second! There had to be someone else besides Mayor Tenma there!
Really? And who might that be?
Oh, well, that would be...
Objection!
It seems our feisty little lass has forgotten the most important thing. Evidence.
I didn't forget. I was just testing your attention to details.
Miss Sykes, you can't prove your point without proof of some sort. It's a proven fact.
Sorry. I guess I put my foot in my mouth again.
No, Athena. We're definitely onto something here.
Oh, we are?
Think about it. If Filch was stuck inside the Forbidden Chamber, one of the alibis we heard would no longer hold any water. The defense would like to call a new witness to the stand. Someone who knew Mr. Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber. And by virtue of knowing this, has an alibi that no longer adds up!
Ugh, not that insufferable. Very well. The court will hear what Mr. Justice has to say. Whose alibi no longer adds up?
Phoenix right.
Take that!
Take that!
Why, that's the defendant's aide, Florent LaBelle. Didn't he claim to be in the foyer at the time of the crime?
True, but in his alibi, he also claimed Mr. Filch was in the foyer too. However, as we all know now, Mr. Filch was not there with Mr. LaBelle at the time. In short, Mr. LaBelle's alibi has disappeared!
Ah!
Florent LaBelle's alibi was one big lie! Isn't that right, Mr. Filch?
I reckon there ain't no keeping that cat in the bag here, neither. It was all Mr. LaBelle's idea. He told me he'd button his lip about me breaking into the forbidden chamber.
And in return, he said we'd vouch for each other's alibi.
Shame on you, Mr. Filch. Perjury is a serious crime, you know.
Aw, shucks. Mercy, Your Honorship, mercy! Ah!
I also assert that the person who could have opened the forbidden chamber for Mr. Filch was none other than Florent LaBelle. After all, his alibi has just been proven to be a complete fabrication.
I see. We will take a 20-minute recess. After which time we will see what Mr. LaBelle has to say for himself.
Yes! We're finally gonna drag that slippery snake onto the stand!
In the meantime, the prosecution will question Mr. LaBelle about these new allegations.
April 19th, 10:25 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby, number 4. Or 3. I lied.
We did it, Apollo! We finally dragged Mr. LaBelle into court!
Yeah.
Hey, why the long face?
I can't help but feel I'm missing something important. Plus, Prosecutor Blackwell's bound to mount a counterattack.
You really are a worrywart, aren't you? It'll be fine. And that mystery figure who opened the forbidden chamber for Mr. Filch had to have been Florent LaBelle.
I know. But that's not what's bugging me. I wish I could put my finger on it, though.
At any rate, the next big showdown with Mr. LaBelle's up next, so chin up, Apollo!
That was a short intermission. April 19th, 11 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4. Not the Joker! No, not the Joker wig.
Court is back in session. Our next witness is...
Yes, I'm acting on behalf of the mayor in this very important matter.
It seems the witness is predisposed at the moment.
Surely you jest. I will hold you to your promise, remember that. Oh, my deepest apologies. This is Florent LaBelle, personal aide to Mayor Tenma, or should I say, the accused. Ouch, like the poor man hasn't suffered enough.
Why are you playing with that flower like that? Leave it alone!
Well, what business do you have with me? I'm a very busy man, so let's make this as brief as possible.
Your baldness. Right. Mr. Filch's testimony has revealed a hole in your alibi. And for this reason, you are suspected of having some sort of connection with the case at hand.
To think I'd be associated with this entirely lurid affair. Well, I'm not, so may I go now? I have very important matters to attend to.
Objection!
I don't think so, Mr. LaBelle. Do you realize what a serious crime you've committed?
Witness, you are being accused of perjury. This is your chance to clear the air.
Fine. The truth is, I faked my alibi for a very good reason. The mayor was obviously the killer, so I created a fake alibi to confuse the matter. You see, as his personal aide, I felt hard to protect him. Sorry. I also meant had, not hard. You think this is funny? Without your alibi, you're a suspect too! What were you really doing at the time of the crime? Pfft, peasant! How dare you accuse me, one of the most beautiful! Stop stalling and tell the court what you were really doing at the crime!
Silence.
Enough jabbering. Swords have been drawn. The time for talk is past.
Swords? What swords?
This is a duel to the death. The fate of this accused rests in our hands. Begone, ye of cowardly heart! The battlefield hath no place for ye!
Again? Oh my. Spare me, please! So much for sturdier shackles. Gah!
Those chains hindered my vow that his heads would roll to this day.
This gives keeping your head on in court a whole new meaning.
Will the witness please deliver the accused's death knell? You know what I speak of.
Most certainly. His goose is already cooked. Time to stick a fork in him. Whatever he has to say can't be good. As I told Prosecutor Blackwell during the recess, I rushed right over to the Fox chamber where I heard little Jinxie scream. What? Then, drumroll please. You voice LaBelle so good. He's such a prick. I saw Mayor Tenma opening the Forbidden Chamber doors. But...
There you have it. The mystery man who opened the chamber door, as witnessed by one Phineas Filch. It was the accused. There was never any third party.
Oh, and that's not all. I heard something quite startling there at the scene of the crime. Startling sounds bad. We saw him open the chamber door, only this and nothing more. The mayor, who was barely conscious, muttered this. Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed the alderman. That's right. The mayor actually confessed to the murder right then and there.
He confessed? Order! Order in the court! This is quite conclusive testimony if it stands. Just so. And quite astonishing, I might add. I only learned of this fact during the recess.
I just love surprises, don't you? That's why I saved the best for last. Consider it a gift from me to you.
No way! I don't believe Mr. LaBelle heard the mayor confess.
But is this really true? Did Mayor Tenma really confess? It is indeed. During that last recess, I confirmed it with the mayor's daughter. It would seem Mayor Tenma actually did confess. That testimony is quite favorable to the prosecutions.
This is LaBelle. Yes, I called earlier about the party reservations. That's right, I'll be calling my little shindig Mayor Tenma's Conviction Gala. A splendid time is guaranteed for all but the mayor and his defense.
Well, as it seems our witness is a very busy man, let's get right to his testimony. Mr. LaBelle, please tell us what you saw when you came upon the scene of the crime.
I was in the hallway, hiding in the shadows. That's when I heard the confession. Upon learning of her father's crime, little Jinxie fled without ever noticing me. Immediately after that, the mayor came to, stood up and opened the forbidden chamber. As I ran in terror, the demon emerged from his prison. In shock, I fled down the hallway to my right, to the one with the phone at the end.
I must say, this is a shocking revelation. Quite unexpected. To think the defendant actually confessed then and there to his crime. Perhaps the guilt was too much to bear, so he confided in his daughter. You do realize you should not have withheld such crucial testimony from the court.
Once again, sorry. It's just I feared being accused if I mentioned coming upon the most unpleasant scene. Why did the mayor's confession have to be brought up by this guy?
We'd better do something before the judge declares the mayor guilty.
As a death row inmate once told me in years gone by, there's a time to fight and a time to yield. A time to live and a time to die.
Ah! He's laying it on real thick now.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
I know this guy's an asshat, but your voice acting of him is spectacular. Thank you. I'm not I mean, I'm having fun, but I also hate this guy so much. That's the thing. Ace Attorney characters, if they're not good, then they're like mega assholes. Oh, this guy. Oh, no. Welcome in, Kevin.
Hold it!
Hold it! Hiya. It's literally the Joker. Welcome in, Yasmin. Literally, Ace Attorney characters only have two moralities. Good or, like, unnecessarily evil. You claim that the mayor confessed to his daughter. Are you sure about that?
Peasant! You wouldn't dare ask such a question if you truly understood. True beauty is never wrong. Why don't you ask Argenti from Honkai Star Rail?
It's not.
No, beauty is carved deep in the DNA. That means I'm programmed to always be right, even when I'm wrong.
I'm not following.
These exquisite ears like flowers bloom. Those eyes that shine like pearls.
I pity the rose being caressed by Lavelle. Like it didn't deserve to be ending up with an ugly perfume reeking person. The way that he's like caressing it is so like squeaky. But also welcome in Sinel. I'm now imagining Lavelle with the Heath Ledger Joker voice. I find that... I don't know what that Joker voice is, so I wasn't going to try doing it. I'm just going for what I thought this character would sound like. But let me try listening really fast to like what a Heath Ledger Joker is. You want to know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night, he goes off crazier than usual. And he gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. Isn't like that. No, not one bit. So, meanwhile watching, he takes the knife to her, laughing while he does it. He turns to me, and he says, "Why so serious?" Yeah, it's kind of like what we're going for, I guess. This hair like the finest. Nothing can corrupt the truth they hold. Right.
The witness will hurry up and explain the truth of this. Specifically, what did Jinxie Tenma do upon hearing the confession?
Why do Labelle's lips look like he OD'd on lip balm? No, he's just using a pink lippy, you know? He's using like a knockoff brand of makeup. He thought he got the Kylie lip kit, he got the Killy lip kit.
Hold it!
How did Miss Tenma appear to you?
Oh, the poor little fiend seemed positively heartbroken, all teary-eyed and whatnot. I couldn't help but shed a few tears myself after seeing her like that.
He actually sympathized with Jinxie. Seems like an overly human emotion for him.
Yeah, because he's the only real monster we've seen so far. In looks and in character.
Apollo!
The next thing I did was check my face in the mirror.
Checked her face? Why?
To behold the beauty that is my sadness. Why else?
Apollo, I'm starting to lose all faith in humanity.
I know the feeling, but hang in there. At least keep faith in our client.
Let's keep moving, shall we? So what happened here? Next.
Hold it!
He opened the Forbidden Chamber. But
why would he do that?
Who knows? Maybe he wanted to free the demon Tenmataro.
Objection!
The courtroom is no place for fairy tales. Remember, you are under oath.
Hello, LaBelle speaking. Yes, I will certainly explore the matter. Doodles. Now, where were we again?
You're going to tell us the real reason why the mayor opened up the Forbidden Chamber.
Oh, yes. Of course, of course. Hello. Yes, this is LaBelle. Good one, sir. You are absolutely a riot. Okay, bye. You were saying... Never mind.
This is a waste of time. He's just gonna tell more lies.
The witness will focus on his testimony, not his phone calls. Now tell the court what you did after you saw the mayor open the Forbidden Chamber. Well, after that...
After that, I ate a Pringle.
Hold it!
Same? Are you eating Pringles too? What are you eating right now?
What was Mr. Filch like at the time?
He was shouting, I can't see, I can't see, it's the curse of Tenmataro. Then he took off running like a madman.
Must have been blinded by the sudden light flooding in.
Wrong.
What? Barbecue flavor? Ooh. I have original lightly salted. I think I like this a lot, actually. There's like some pretty good deals going on right now. What?
He set eyes upon me and was thus blinded by my radiant beauty.
So it was the curse of Laurent LaBelle rather than Tenmataro.
Yes, I'm afraid such beauty can be a curse. Almost criminal. The only thing criminal here is your ceaseless jabbering. Now get on with your testimony. Oh, forgive me your darkness. Let's see. Oh yes, I fled for dear life from Tenmataro and... ate another Pringle, actually.
Oh, wait, no, I read that already.
Hold it!
So after you fled into the hallway with the phone at the end, Tenmataro ran off towards the foyer?
Precisely!
Notice any inconsistencies, Apollo? Well, Jinxie also saw Tenmataro, right? She did. She said they passed each other in the hall after she made that call to the police. Well, if LaBelle had fled down the hall where the phone is, Jinxie would have seen him when she saw him returning from making her call. Oh, right. And if she saw him, she would have definitely asked him for help. Right. It just doesn't make any sense. Time to review the evidence. If we don't find some way to poke a hole in his testimony, Mayor Tenma's as good as guilty.
This is bad. Very bad.
We need to find an inconsistency, a mistake, some kind of conflict.
It's all Jover if we can't find a flaw in the prosecution's case. Let's see here. I fled down the hallway to my right. To the one with the phone at the end? Passed by each other at a end at the hall as he made for the foyer.
Objection!
Oh my god, I got it! Florent LaBelle, you're lying about having witnessed these events from the hallway!
What on earth do you mean? Yes, care to fill the rest of us in, Mr. Justice?
If Mr. LaBelle had really fled down into the hall with the phone in it, he would have crossed paths with Miss Tenma.
What's this?
His face! After she discovered the crime scene, she immediately went to call the police. Then after making her call, she went back to the main hallway. Whereupon she encountered the demon yokai, or whatever you want to call it. As for me, I call it Phineas Filch in a Tenma Taro costume. The encounter happened right here, where the hallways meet. As for Mr. LaBelle, if he had fled here, feigning escape from the yokai imposter...
Why, yes. The two would have crossed paths.
Right, except Miss Tenma told us that there was no one else in the hall. In short, Miss Tenma did not see you in the hall because you were never really there! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My beautiful eyes! Huh. Not such a fabulous scent now, is it?
But, Mr. Justice, the witness also stated that he heard the mayor confess. If he was lying about hearing the confession from the hall, then where was it that he heard it?
Inside the Fox chamber. Where else?
But isn't that within the very crime scene?
It is, Your Honor, and that means he's not really a witness. Rather, he's the third party I've been alleging this whole time.
What? You think I'm the killer? How dare you!
Silence!
The way that when he says silence, the music stops. Mr. Blackwell.
Foolish fop. A true man knows when he is beaten. A shield of lies comes to naught before a foe with the sword of truth bared. Prosecutor Blackquill, what are you? I thought we were on the same side. You are mistaken. There are no sides here, save for my cold, steely edge of judgment. You are alone upon this battlefield, with naught but your lies and sickly sweet perfume.
Whoa. What just happened? Blackwell's really tearing into him.
You heard the mayor's confession from the inside, did you not, you deviant dandy? from the sole location from which you could have seen and heard the mayor and the tanuki, without either of them noticing you were right there in the fox chamber.
Oh my. So that's how it's going to be. Fine, I'll come clean then. Before you do, I need to come clean. I've been thinking about Korean barbecue this whole time, actually. I'm just kind of hungry. Seriously, Kieran? You admit to being obsessed with Korean barbecue right there in the fox chamber? I do. I did enter the room after the murder. But I was afraid of being falsely accused, so I lied about it. I feel terrible about lying like that, but it's a verbal cologne I use to protect myself. By the way, this scent is Cloud by Ariana Grande. That's the only perfume I have. Actually, no, I don't. I actually also have Endless Weekend by Bath & Body Works, but you know, I'm just full of lies. You'd better explain yourself here, Mr. LaBelle. Yes, of course. I was just about to get to that. So you see, I just really want to like cook some brisket right now, and then also like have some like thinly sliced pork belly and, you know, some good old rice paper. Oh, and I'm like, of course, corn cheese. Like I don't know why I'm thinking about this right now.
The witness is skating on thin ice. I'll remind you that perjury is a very serious crime. Now let's hear your testimony again, this time without your perfume of lies.
Kimchi sounds so... Actually, I'm not that big of a kimchi person, but kimchi fried rice would slap. In the fox chamber. I did enter the fox chamber after the murder. But I didn't enter until after Jinxie had heard the confession and left. I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the folding screen there. What I saw there up close, it was absolutely horrifying. So you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen.
From behind the screen? Why, yes, I believe you wouldn't be spotted if you were there. Just so. We could see everything without being spotted by the victim or the tanuki filch. Suffice to say, he was a mere witness to the events rather than an actual third party.
This guy's as slippery as an eel.
Apollo, you think he's telling the truth?
Well, he was in the fox chamber, so at least that much must be true.
The defense may cross-examine our slightly voyeuristic witness.
Hold it!
Why in the world would you enter that grisly crime scene? Why? Because I was worried sick. Mayor Tenma's suit, it what? It was designed personally by me. I was worried my work of art might get the smell of Korean barbecue on it. This man clearly has his priorities in order. Are you talking about him or me? Okay, let's get this over with, shall we? Now, where was I? Oh, yes. So I entered the fox chamber almost without thinking.
Hold it!
Why didn't you enter right away? And ruin my designer shoes? Ugh. Your shoes? Don't you know whenever you go into a Korean barbecue restaurant, your clothes, everything that you wear upon your back will smell like Korean barbecue? Even now, just thinking about getting that smell on my fabulous footwear, it sends chills down my spine. That's why I hesitated.
Objection!
That's terrible! A man that's worried about the smell of Korean barbecue on his clothes, and that's why he won't go? And also, he was dying and another injured, and you're worried about the smell of the Korean barbecue on your shoes?
Silence.
That's it, Amor. You're welcome.
Need I remind you that at Korean barbecue, you need to cook the schmeats yourself. If my hands are shackled, then I cannot cook any schmeats at all. I can't use my blade of judgment to even cut a single slice of pork belly.
I don't know why I suddenly made this stream about Korean barbecue.
This is a court of law. We're not teaching any morality here. We have schools of etiquette and the like for such trivial pursuits.
Gah!
Now you listen to me, you deceptive dandy. Get to the point and be quick about it.
Yes, well, I was there in the Fox Chamber, but...
Hold it!
Wait a second! Why did you hide yourself? Oh my, so you do understand. I do? By hiding, I was concealing my fabulous beauty, for which the sake of the universe is something I should never ever do. That's what you were thinking, right? I'm sensing a black hole of egocentricity forming around the witness stand.
We can deliberate his mental process another time. Get on with the testimony. Now!
Well, regarding the murder scene...
Hold it!
Could you describe the crime scene in a little bit more detail? And what exactly would you like details about? Well, what I'd like to ask you about is... Oh goodness gracious. What do you remember about the yokai feathers and tracks? They resulted when Tenmataro exited the Forbidden Chamber. He came out in quite a rush, scattering feathers this way and that. Did you immediately know it was Mr. Filch? I did. And that's why I suggested we cook up our alibis together. And how did those practice sessions go? They were nearly the death of me. Filchy has to be the worst student ever. He really doesn't think he's done anything wrong, does he?
Well, Mr. Justice, you consider his statement to be of any importance?
It's probably not particularly important. No, Your Honor. The witness may proceed. All right, then. I would just like to add that this was a terribly grisly scene, as I have described.
Hold it!
The mayor had been knocked out by a blow to the head. Could he really have opened the Forbidden Chamber in that state? Well, it did seem difficult. He was all woozy and stumbling as he opened it. It was such a heroic effort that I nearly started to cheer him on despite myself. I think the mayor needed medical attention more than a cheerleader.
You think he's telling the truth about being there in the room?
Well, I believe he was there. The question is, when did he enter?
You mean he did enter after Jinxie fled? Or was he there from before the murder? If it's the latter, that would change everything.
Right. If he was there before the murder, that would make him a suspect.
But how do we go about proving that?
Well, I guess we ask him about what happened there. Anyway, let's press him and see what kind of info we can extract from him.
Let's cross our fingers that he says or reveals something incriminating.
Hold it!
It's the weapon. I got it. Could you please describe the forbidden chamber at the time? It was shut tight until the mayor opened it. He's really trying to stress that it was the mayor who opened the forbidden chamber.
That big old liar! He opened it himself!
Whoa, if looks could kill, LaBelle would be toast.
Hold it!
Could you describe the state of the weapons that had been used at the scene? The spear had been thrust all the way through Alderman QB. Then there was that statue the alderman used to bludgeon Mayor Tenma. That incredibly inspiring symbol had fallen to the floor. Oh, right. The statue. But why would he find it inspiring? Why exactly did you find the statue inspiring? Well, when I saw that statue, I felt as if the merger had been realized. It was like a celebration of union between men and men. I mean, town and village, an inspiring symbol of goodwill. A broken statue next to a bloody corpse. Real inspiring.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider his statement to be of any importance?
Yes. I believe that this to be extremely important. I request that it be added to the testimony.
Hold it!
A token of goodwill. Are you referring to the fox and demon statue? Yes. The statue the alderman allegedly used to strike back at Mayor Tenma. The mayor trampled down municipal goodwill only to be clobbered by its symbol. It's quite ironic, don't you think? And that's when the symbol of goodwill was transformed into the symbol of conflict. I'm pretty sure this is it, right?
Objection!
Your lies have finally betrayed you, Mr. LaBelle. What possibly could you mean? You said this statue was like a celebration of union between town and village. Isn't that correct? It is indeed. But what of it? The two yokai are joining hands in goodwill, as if they were celebrating the municipal merger. Something the matter. So how did you really know that this statue was meant to be a symbol of goodwill again? Thank you. What?
Justice Dono, explain yourself and make it quick.
This statue was meant to symbolize goodwill in its original form, but that was a secret. Secret? Whatever do you mean? Excuse me. What I mean is that it broke when someone used it to strike Mayor Tenma on the head. What's left clearly makes it look like the two yokai are battling it out. The statue's secret and its true form were lost inside that locked room. For Miss Tenma is the only living soul who should know what it once looked like. So, Mr. LaBelle, where could you have possibly seen this statue in its original form? The only possible answer is this. You saw the statue in its original form. Right there in the room where the alderman was murdered before it was broken! How dare you!
Mr. Justice, are you accusing the witness with some sort of crime?
Judge, is it not obvious? Are you the... Whatever. Yes. Yes, I am. Florent LaBelle! I accuse you of the murder of Alderman Rex Kilby! Ah!
Order! Order!
Kimchi? You literally ordered kimchi fried rice? Did you really? You're so welcome, but now I'm jealous because I can't get Korean barbecue. None of my friends are available.
Mr. LaBelle! You've been accused of murder. Do you have anything to say in your defense?
How could you possibly accuse me, the embodiment of beauty?
Well, way to go, Apollo! This is the conclusive evidence we needed! Magnifico!
We've got you now! We know you killed the alderman. Now admit it! Go!
Silence! Enough of your silly games, Justice Dono. This prancing peacock could not possibly be the killer.
Objection!
What are you talking about? His alibi has already crumbled to dust! And I just proved that he was the Fox Chamber while it was still locked tight!
Silence! Why could he have not seen the statue in its true form before the murder? After all, he was close friends with the alderman. Ergo.
Yes, that's right. I clearly remember it now. Alderman QB told me about it. About what the statue actually looked like. I mean, he was a good friend of mine.
Objection! Yeah, right! He wouldn't gift just like that?
Silence.
Moreover, it was already proven that he was not present at the scene of the crime.
It has?
Forgotten, have we? Recall the little scamp's statement, if you will. When Jinxie Tenma unlocked the Fox Chamber, she saw the alderman and the mayor collapsed therein, and no one else.
Oh. Dang it.
The fact is, it was you two who made that apparent in yesterday's court session. Thus, Florent Lebel could not have possibly been in that locked room.
No! Yeah. I just don't get it. How could Jinxie not have seen LaBelle?
The proof is incontrovertible. No room for debate exists. Am I not right, your baldness? It does seem awfully conclusive. The facts point to the defendant and victim being the only people in that locked room. Moreover, the defendant has already confessed.
Objection! Silence.
You cannot defend the indefensible. Your role in this charade is over, Justice Donald.
But?
Your baldness. This trial would last an eternity if it were to keep crossing blades with these simpletons. It is high time you brought down the hammer of justice.
A point well made. I believe it's time to declare a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma.
Hold it!
It would seem that my time is at hand. Mayor Tenma? Counselor, there's a matter to which I must testify. I recall it now only for your good graces. Counselor? Oh, right. He must mean me. Has he finally remembered what happened before that blow to his head?
Bailiff, don't just stand there. Seize him.
It's no good. I can't restrain him. Know me and despair. For I am Tenma Taro, Lord Demon of the Yokai. Mr. Justice, do something! Since when am I responsible for court security?
Apollo, this is our chance. We might get some new information out of him.
Welcome in, Relix. Your Honor, seeing as our client has something new to say, I believe due process demands that we hear him out, even if he is a yokai.
When you put it that way. Still, I believe testimony by a yokai is unprecedented in the legal world. Unprecedented in absurdity, more like. All right then, Mr. Damien Tenma, or should I say, Mr. Tenma Taro. Your testimony, please.
I shall now speak of recollections most real, courtesy of my host, Damien Tenma. Heed these words, mortals, for hear them but once you shall. Not his mouth just being the ruler of demon kind.
Barely conscious was Damien there amid the darkness. Suddenly, two yokai appear. On one side, I, Tenmataro, ruler of demon kind. And on the other, my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox. So, is the defendant asserting that the room he was in was very dark at the time?
We're really not getting paid enough for this shit. We don't. Do they even get paid? It feels like they don't get paid. Welcome in Amaranth and Ditsunel. Tinmataro looks like he was ready to eat a whole Borgar.
Strange as it may be, yes. Indeed, all was in darkness.
And the part about Tenmataro and the nine-tailed fox being there?
Yes, that too. Tenmataro towered overhead and the nine-tailed fox glittered gold.
Gah! I call animal abuse, Your Honor!
It would seem the defendant's recollections are not to be trusted. Yes, well, to be told, my host's recollections are still a bit fuzzy. As if half-dreamt, that happening lingers in his mind.
Apollo, maybe I can help here.
Really? Oh, you mean...
Yeah, I can hear it. The discord in his heart. I sense an unusual emotion in the mayor's memory of the event.
Okay, I just hope our findings don't come back to haunt us. Again.
Barely conscious was Damien there amid the darkness. Suddenly, two yokai did appear. On one side, I, Tenmataro, ruler of demon kind. And on the other, my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox.
Why is he happy? Oh no! No! Not the real Matt on guard! No! Thank you for following and joining the Konstellations. Welcome in. Don't make me relive that game.
Got it!
Got it!
When the nine-tailed fox appeared, you not only experienced shock and sadness. You're gonna go to bed? Take care, May. I wish I could see the art, but go get some sleep, okay? Bye-bye. You not only experienced shock and sadness, but also something like joy as well. No. Hey, lawyer dude. What's wrong? Looks like you've seen a killer. I have no idea what you're talking about, dude.
Joy? Joy? Perhaps it was joy at the light coming to my eyes at long last. A long and terrible creaking did pierce the silence. And then there was light. On reflection, it was a door that did produce that infernal racket.
A creaking door? Oh! You must be talking about the Forbidden Chamber door. It does make a lot of noise.
So this means the Forbidden Chamber really was opened.
But what about the sudden light he described? I think I know.
It's my best friend, Gyro-style! Hi!
He mentioned darkness and Tenmataro towering overhead. Maybe the mayor wasn't really in the Fox chamber at the time of the crime. Mr. Mayor! Did the darkness that you were in happen to be here? Oh shit, hold on. Take that! Mayor Tenma, the darkness you were in was right here! Oh, oops. My brain. I'm still thinking about Korean barbecue. So he was in the Forbidden Chamber then, right?
The Forbidden Chamber! Was it not the Fox Chamber where the murder did occur?
Yes, but it all makes sense if you were in the Forbidden Chamber. That terrible creaking sound was probably the chamber's door opening. And the towering Tenmataro you saw? Most likely the Forbidden Chamber statue.
Why, yes! That would explain it! The darkness and the staff in the demon's grasp!
But even if all that's true, then what about the nine-tailed fox? Maybe he was seeing things, just like Jinxie and her imaginary yokai. Fantastico, Apollo! It's entirely possible! In a groggy, dreamlike state, people can misremember things and events.
Misremember, you say? Let me think. Ah! I do believe. I remember now. That was not the nine-tailed fox. It was the amazing Nine Tails!
What? The amazing Nine Tails?
At first, this is but a dream, I thought. Now, however, most clearly do I recall it. 'Twas the amazing Nine Tails who did open the Forbidden Chamber's door.
I'm sorry I asked. The amazing Nine Tails? But that was the victim, Alderman QB, right? Yeah. Why would he open the Forbidden Chamber? Wasn't he trying to keep it sealed? Never mind about that. This is a completely new information. Let me enter it and run an update. Oh my god. You wake up from your slumber and you see this man, like, in front of you? You cry.
Got it!
When the amazing Nine Tails opened the chamber, banishing the darkness within, you felt joy? But didn't you also feel shock and sadness?
Yes, in the hazy depths of my mind, I do recollect something of that nature. I believe it was the Fiend's Cape of Red.
When I did behold it, a great wave of sadness did inexplicably wash over me.
Wish that was me.
A cape of red?
Apollo, we reduced the noise level. Oh, but there's still a little left.
Mayor Tenma, why were you sad when you saw the red cape? Why indeed.
Hello, Miggy. Welcome in.
What could this mean?
I guess his memory is still a little spotty. I know because his latest recollection contradicts the evidence.
Yeah, it's one of those contradictions that slaps you right across the face.
Lards, thank you for following and joining the Konstellations. Welcome in. Something this obvious could arise when someone is trying to force a fuzzy memory into a definitive shape. Apollo, I know what you might have to do. You need to present evidence that contradicts the image you see.
Oh, so it's basically the same as the usual cross-examination process. Okay, time to review the evidence. Look out, contradiction! Look out, contradiction! Here comes justice! I'm so happy I have an adjustable desk because like I've been needing to like move it up and down this entire day. And I also bought some like indoor house slippers for this as well because I want to stand up more, but my feet have been hurting a lot because like it's just flat. So I need to get something that has like some arch support. He doesn't have a cape of red though, does he? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Objection!
You said the amazing Nine-Tails' cape was red. Are you sure about that? Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but... Mayor Tenma! Does this cape look red to you? Oh, that certainly does not look red, not even scarlet or crimson either. Nevertheless, upon my liberation, something red did fill my as yet hazy field of view. And I thought to myself, ah, the amazing Nine-Tails is arrayed in a cape of red. So you mistook that red something for his cape, huh? Apparently so, and he remembering it now brings a great sadness upon me.
So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe that great sadness he mentioned is what's interfering with his memory.
Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the amazing Nine-Tails. What red object could he have seen there that would have been that shocking? I don't know, blood? I know! Could it have been... Mr. Mayor? Oh. Okay, so it's not blood. Was the red thing you saw... this?
Take that!
No, okay, so it's not that. Oh my god, Pringles are so good. Why are chips so good?
Take that!
Something red that could procure a deep sadness. Could it be, Mr. Tenma, that what you saw was the alderman's blood? I was right!
Blood? Why, yes, it was blood. It's all coming back to me now. Baby, 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 when you touch me like this. It wasn't a red cave that I saw. It was lying behind the amazing nine tails. The alderman's bloody body.
Wait, what? There's two big beefies? Two CD set tones of Tenma.
His noise level's down to 0. I think he's remembered everything now.
Does this mean the amazing nine tails kicked Alderman QB?
But the Alderman was the amazing Nine Tails. So how did...
No. No. No, 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 please no. Oh no, wait, he's blonde. No. No, 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 no. Oh, wait here. Okay, okay. Hey, I asked you first.
Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated.
True, but at the time of the crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber. Moreover...
Silence. Hoy, don't you think this strange? A little scamp has already confirmed her father to be in the Fox Chamber. But she said naught about seeing the amazing nine tails there.
Ah. You had to bring that up, didn't you?
Jinxie didn't see LaBelle there either. It's so weird. Who really was in that room then?
Would the defense care to share any theories with the court? Blech. Can you explain the inconsistency between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's?
Can I? I don't know. Yes, of course. I can explain it. As if I don't, we're in serious trouble.
Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust. Fair warning, Justice Dono. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this.
Eat! What about a good old-fashioned penalty?
Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders.
First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox Chamber when it was locked. We also know that Mayor Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony. These two facts are crucial to my explanation. So let us consider the following question. If the facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene, why did Jinxie Tenma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma?
A very good question indeed. And I suppose you have an answer for us?
Sadly, you'd be supposing wrong.
You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor?
Well, if she did, then the question is, why did she do that?
Well, how about that explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The defense asserts that Florent Lebel was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinxie Tenma has testified that she saw her father collapse there. If she has in fact misremembered the event, what could have made her to do so?
The figure Miss Tenma saw was not her father. It was Florent Lebel disguised as Damien Tenma.
Silence.
That is a complete impossibility. Their faces are utterly unalike. How could you explain that away with a mere disguise? Yes, they both do have incredibly distinctive faces.
Maybe the disguise completely hid his face? Okay, fine, I'm wrong. Is that a feather in his mouth? Yeah, he's a bird man. Welcome in, Lards. Thank you for stopping by and being new here. She only thought she was in the Fox Chamber because she got the rooms mixed up.
When I'm in a big rush, I may make an unintended detour or two within the building. But I never ended up in the wrong courtroom.
No problem. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Even if she was confused, I think she'd notice if she entered the Forbidden Chamber. There is that massive barred door to deal with after all. Oh, right. Oh, what? Oh. Okay, so I probably just can't prove it then. Miss Tenma was in a state of confusion at the time. That's how she mistook Mr. Lebel for Mayor Tenma there in the Fox Chamber. After all, they both kind of look like yokai. Oh, no! Light, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, gamers. Hiya, hey. Welcome in. If you guys are new here, it's nice to meet you guys. My name is Kieran. I am a magical boy idol VTuber, as well as a queer Filipino-American voice actor for animation, anime, and video games. How are you guys doing? How was Pikmin? Shout out to the Lightos. There we go.
Might be Team Future. I think he's Team Future. Yeah. I'm gonna be picking Big Man nonetheless. Like, he's gonna be my pick. And hopefully we win. Hopefully we bring that final W. And also, Ryu, how are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully you're not playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, is it just a random clip?
Savage
it's like a
rating.
random clip?
Well, I don't think Savage rating counts as a sport yet.
No,
but
it
yeah,
does.
No. I like.
There's world races. But welcome in. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you for 13 months in the Superstar Sub Club. I appreciate the support. We're currently playing Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. So if you guys want to stick around, I'd love to have you guys, but if you need to go, it's no problem whatsoever. Give yourself a nice stretchy. Don't forget to take your meds if you need to, and drink some water, because it's so freaking hot right now. At least for me, I have a lot of bug bites. It's so annoying. I hate the summer so much, and I know you love the summer, so take care of yourselves. But yes, the Attorney Boyfriend Simulator. That's right. It's time for a Phoenix Wright kissing appointment. Except Phoenix is not here today. But thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. It's time for me to pull off my my standard time traveling fix-it solving behavior because I think I just trapped myself into like a for sure penalty. So yeah. You literally caught me like right when I was gonna reload my game. We're in the middle of like solving like a locked door mystery. I'm always happy to bring my people here to enjoy the Ace Attorney Kieran voice pack. You mean just the game? Explaining something like that would be completely possible.
My colleague here is going to explain it so crystal clear.
I am?
Even if you can't explain it, you can't let them know that. Just make something up.
Oh my god, not the Umineko, no.
I don't hear you helping.
Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust. Fair warning, Justice Dono. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this.
What a good old-fashioned penalty. Juan, thank you for following and joining the Konstellations. Welcome in.
Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders.
First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox chamber while it was locked. Hiya, hiya. Hope you're doing well. We also know that Mayor Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony. These two facts are crucial to my explanation. So let us consider the following question. If the facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene, and Beatrice, why did Jinxie Tenma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma? Right, guy, thank you for following too. I appreciate it.
A very good question indeed. And I suppose you have an answer for us?
Evil said it in blue text, so it's real. No! None of this, no! My brain's too small for Umineko. Also, welcome in, Geb. Sadly, you'd be supposing wrong. You should stream Umineko? Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Kiro took an entire year to stream it. I could not. Do you know how long it takes for me to, if I stream a game, it takes me like 1.5 to 2 times slower than other people to stream a game. I could not stream Umineko. I can't believe you're having this conversation twice this week. Did I talk about this before?
You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor?
Well, if she did, then the question is, why did she do that? Oh, and that's different. It's VC. You guys have to like pay me to like stream Umineko. It has to be like a very like it has to be like a subathon goal or something. Today's check-in question is, have you ever made homemade ice cream or smoothies or popsicles or treats? Things like that, you know? How much? $10,000. What if we find a patch that turns it into BL? You don't understand. Kiro has tried selling Umineko on me. He's literally been like, hey Kieran, did you know that Battler was inspired by Phoenix Wright? Did you know that Battler looks like Phoenix Wright? Like, it's not gonna convince me. It's not gonna convince me. It's a very hard sell. It's a very, 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 very hard sell. I'm sure people like it, but I just don't have the attention span or like the capacity to just stick with it for that long. He won't flip the chessboard. Ah. Thank you for the dope, Princess Emily. The male character, exactly. That's also the thing too. Mango smoothies and milkshakes. Ooh. Kite Bunny, thank you for following and joining the Konstellations. Welcome in. Evil, if I was allowed to stream Dramatical Murder on Twitch, I would. Unfortunately, it's like one of the few banned games here. Willard, okay, let me look up this Willard guy. You guys are really trying to force Umineko on me. Well, it's mostly because my best friend is telling me. Yeah, there's a list of banned games on Twitch, and Dramatical Murder is one of them. Oh, that guy! Oh, him! He's fine, yeah. No, there is an all ages version, but I think, like, Twitch... No, it's the Steam version. But Twitch implemented this ban, like, way long ago. So I don't know if you're allowed to stream it anymore, but let me see. Twitch banned games. List of prohibited games. So Twitch's banned games, I'm not going to say them all out loud because a lot of them have they have words that I don't want to, like, I actually don't even want to share the screenshot, but I'll just say that a lot of the games that are included on this include non-consensual themes. And Dramatical Murder sometimes has it, but not necessarily themes around it, but like another game that you can't stream here is like House Party. No, they didn't ban all Nitro Chiral Plus, so I was thinking about possibly streaming Togai Inu no Chi, but I 100% can't play Dramatical Murder on Twitch. You need to play your... Wait, is it here? Let me see if it's on this list. It's not on this list, but I don't think we can play that game on Twitch. Togai Inu no Chi was a mess? Listen. I actually don't remember anything about Dramatical Murder except it was a lot back then. It's a lot now. Man, I'm so mad Lamento didn't get localized. I want to stream Lamento. Ugh. Well, anyways.
Well, how about that explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The defense asserts that Florent Lebel was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinxie Tenma has testified that she saw her father collapsed there. If she has in fact misremembered the event, what could have made her do so?
The figure Miss Tenma saw was not her father. It was Florent Lebel disguised as Damien Tenma.
Silence! That is a complete impossibility. Their faces are utterly unalike. How could you explain that way with a mere disguise? Yes, they both do have incredibly distinctive faces.
Maybe the disguise completely hid his face. I think Jinxie would have mentioned if she couldn't see her father's face.
And if it was that sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it?
Oh, right.
Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice Tono. Shall I show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of?
I think I'll pass! Ah! Are you okay, Apollo? I'm not fine, am I?
Well, now that we have that little fairy tale out of the way, your baldness, your verdict, if you will.
I was right.
Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict if you have no further arguments.
What's even left for me to do? Apollo, remember what Mr. Wright always says? I'm in love with Kieran Young, yeah. When you're stuck in a tight spot, turn the case upside down. Apollo, it's me. You've never met me before, but it's me. Believe in yourself. Turn the case, turn upside down? He does say that, doesn't he? But I don't quite see how it applies here. Is that an Umineko reference? Is it really? Still, never hurts to give it a try, I guess. Let's see. Rather than Jinxie didn't remove the disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it. Your voice is seriously amazing. You're super sweet, Juan. Thank you. And welcome in, C. Lunis. What's not an Umineko reference? Stop pushing this Umineko agenda on me. I'm not gonna stream it. And rather than she didn't tell anyone about the disguise, maybe it was she couldn't talk about it.
The wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He'd never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself.
And what about the fact that it was the amazing Nine Tails who opened the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others. Can these facts turn things around?
Not dressed to impress Umineko edition.
I will tell you guys this. Yasmin, thank you for the care package. I have been very interested in playing Dress to Impress with you guys. I would like to play it, but I'm also terrified of Roblox. But anyways, everyone, let's go ahead and stand up from our seats. We're gonna go ahead and give ourselves a nice stretchy. Let's twist our bodies to the left. Twist our bodies to the right. Stretch our arms straight up to the sky. Let's roll out that right shoulder. Roll out that left shoulder. Very slowly, very gently, let's roll out that neck. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Let's go ahead and drink some water. Thank you for taking care of me. Yeah, no, Dress to Impress is a Roblox game. I don't trust Roblox now. They apparently have games where you don't play as a Lego block. Ah! We got it all backwards!
Apollo?
I think we might have made a huge mistake.
Your baldness. I see no need to further indulge them in their silly little farce.
Apollo gets such funny facial animations, but also, I don't think you've seen any of Dual Destinies yet, right? I have to show you the most important part of Dual Destinies that you would appreciate. Where's the one? There's like one CG where Apollo's like on his ass. Isn't there? Oh, this is the one where he's getting ready to kiss you. I could have sworn there was like a still where Apollo's like on his butt and his butt was like really round. Maybe I'm just misremembering this. Now this looks like some Umineko reference. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I never finished that one. Did they remaster it? Yeah, this is the Apollo Justice trilogy. It's now on all consoles.
Your baldness. I see no need to further indulge them in our silly little farce. The defense has no proof. They never did, and they never will. Then it seems I must announce my...
I do have proof!
Do you now? All right, but this better be good, Mr. Justice.
We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down. Why Jinxie Tenma mistook Mr. LaBelle for her father. Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about it in the first place. These riddles are inextricably linked to Mr. Tenma's secret identity. A shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of this case upside down! This piece of evidence clearly reveals Mayor Tenma's secret identity! Huh? Is Mayor Tenma big and beefy? But he doesn't have white hair. Huh? This is my fault for talking about Umineko when I missed like an important piece of evidence. Maybe it is the mask. Take that!
Ugh! What absolute claptrap! Poppycock! Balderdash! We thought
the alderman was the amazing Nine Tails, and the mayor was Tenma Taro. That's why we believe the mayor killed the alderman in his lust for Nine Tails' veil. And it was the basis for the prosecution's entire case against our client. However, we got the whole thing backwards! Mayor Tenma wasn't Tenma Taro at all! He was the amazing Nine Tails!
What's this? You'd best explain yourself, Justice Dono. And from where you derived such a far-fetched conclusion.
Jinxie, no doubt, knew the true identity of the amazing Nine Tails. But she couldn't tell anyone, no matter what. That's why she didn't say it was the amazing Nine Tails she saw passed out. Even though unbeknownst to her, it was really Florent LaBelle in disguise.
Silence.
The accused and that deceitful dandy are utterly dissimilar in physical build and voice. The little scamp would have seen the difference.
Objection!
Remember, Mr. LaBelle had his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a different build too? And anyone speaking through a mask would naturally sound different.
Silence.
Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Objection!
A masked wrestler's disguise is more precious than life itself! As a huge fan of the amazing Nine Tails, she would never dare unmask him! You're gonna get some shfood? Yeah, go get some shfood. I want some shfood. I've been saying I want Korean barbecue this entire stream. This case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked room.
Then by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it to us already.
If you play Umineko, you'll get Korean barbecue. I think I can get Korean barbecue and never play Umineko, actually. First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and the alderman were talking. In fact, the money that I would need to spend to buy Umineko could be used to just buy Korean barbecue. I suspect he brought it with him, coffee laced with some sort of Wait, where are you pulling this out of, Apollo? Once the alderman was out cold, That's when Mr. LaBelle became anime and killed him! Next, he took the mayor, who also had been drugged, into the Forbidden Chamber. Then he returned to the Fox Chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes. You sure they were spare, Apollo? And completed the disguise by donning the amazing Ninetales' mask! With his entire charade in place, Mr. LaBelle then let out a scream. The scream that led Jinxie Tenma to the scene.
So then... the person who said I killed Alderman QB was...
Yup, that was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed.
Silence.
This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection!
No, you twisted samurai! This time, you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case! Ugh! Once Miss Tenma left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing that mayor's clothes and masked, opened the Forbidden Chamber so he could drag the mayor back out onto the Fox Chamber.
Oh, so the amazing Ninetales the mayor saw was...
Right, it was LaBelle opening the Forbidden Chamber. The second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the Forbidden Chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch in his Tenma Taro disguise ran as fast as he could away from the room. Apollo's had enough of this shit. As he did, he left behind him a trail of feathers and tracks, and gave Miss Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. With no one left to witness the events that had occurred, Mr. LaBelle then proceeded to drag the sleeping mayor back into the Fox Chamber.
I see. Well, that all certainly does make sense.
Then, after dragging the mayor back into the Fox Chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out of the window and fled the room!
Silence.
For this absurd theory to work, it requires that the defendant be the amazing Ninetales. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the amazing Ninetales is preposterous!
Objection!
The mayor was blackmailed into pursuing the merger. Miss Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. That's why he created a secret identity as the amazing Ninetales!
This is madness! No one could possibly have such an insane plot!
No one, except the killer as insane as his plot. And I'd say Florent LaBelle more than qualifies.
Foolish mortals! It is at your own peril that you forget who I am!
Mayor Tenma! It's okay now! Jinxie will be safe just as soon as Mr. LaBelle is arrested! You are the amazing Ninetales, aren't you? Hold it! Oh. You have quite the active imagination. Mayor Tenma is not the amazing Ninetales.
Objection!
What do you mean? Well, has the mayor admitted to it yet? But that's just... And even if he did admit to such nonsense, I would reveal the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now. What?
Why, you would dare reveal the secret?
My good friend, the alderman, told me all about it. But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth, what with the superstitions, now would it? The truth behind Tenma Taro? What's he talking about? So, go ahead. Say it. Say I am the amazing Ninetales. I dare you.
Objection!
Wait! Will somebody please explain what's going on here? Mayor Tenma will do anything to keep the truth behind Tenma Taro a secret. A dark, terrible truth that has been kept secret by the village superstitions. And if the mayor admits to being the amazing Ninetales, you'll expose the truth? Right. I won't have him walking free because of some nonsense you made up.
So what now, Justice Dono? Without the mayor's admission, your theory's as useless as you are in battle.
I'll show you who's useless!
Apollo! Don't you dare give up now!
I know. Your Honor! I believe Mr. LaBelle's statements warrant a thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the amazing Ninetales is the cornerstone of this case.
You do have a point here. Please answer this court, Mr. LaBelle. Is the defendant the amazing Ninetales or not?
The amazing Ninetales' true identity. The amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as these superstitions say. Talk about out of the pot and into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure. This man threatening blackmail right in front of the whole court and everybody's okay with it?
Honestly speaking, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense has much of a case here.
And let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know Alderman QB was the amazing Ninetales anyway. I mean, that's how the Ninetales Vale made a comeback. The alderman was so big and beefy and sexy and popular. There's gotta be a hole in that testimony somewhere. But I don't even know where to start. They got better about perjury, but left a lot of other doors open.
Since we don't have any proof that the mayor is the amazing Ninetales, then we'll just have to get him to admit it himself.
But if he admits it, LaBelle's going to expose the secret behind Tenma Taro. We're so close! I know it!
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
The amazing Ninetales' true identity. Okay, before we continue on with the cross-examination, does this say the final cross-examination? It is the final cross-examination. Alright, before we continue on, I'm gonna go ahead and pop a little break. I gotta go use the bathroom. I gotta go refill my, my ice and my water. So if you guys can sit back, go get some snacks, go use the bathroom, go do what you gotta do. When we come back, we're gonna go ahead and finish up this case. Does that sound good to you guys? Alright. BRB. Oh, let me pop the Ace Attorney opening. BRB. All right. We're back. We're back. Let's do this. Let me drink some water. Let me put on some chapstick. All right, let's do this.
Hold it!
Hold it! Thank you. This whole case only makes sense if the mayor is the amazing Ninetails. I know you used his mask to create the illusion of a locked room murder.
Silence!
Nothing more than idle speculation. You've no evidence now, have you?
Objection!
Mr. LaBelle knows what this statue originally looked like. That means he has to have been in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight. Sorry, but I heard about that statue from Alderman QB. If you don't believe me, just ask him. Oh, but what's that? The Alderman's dead? Looks like the joke's on you, my sweaty little friend.
Apollo! You mind if I wring his neck?
Wait in line, because I'm going first. Temper. Anyway. Oh, this guy's so...
The only nonsense here in this court is you and your assertions!
Tisk tisk. Such anger is terrible for the skin, you know. Beauty is like a flower that blooms forth from a serene heart. Excuse me? I wouldn't expect a wilted peasant like you to understand. Perhaps this fragrance will help you blossom within you bloom. Ah! You liked that, didn't you, you little stinky boy?
Enough jabbering about blossoms and whatnot. Get on with your testimony before I slice you into a bouquet of cut flowers.
Who is Aishu? Thank you for following and joining the Konstellations. Welcome in. Oh dear, please excuse me. As I was saying, the assertion of our wilted attorney here is utter nonsense. Oh, you know what? I was talking about KBBQ this entire stream, but you know what also sounds kind of good right now? Hot pot. Just food. Food is always good. I'm good. How are you doing? A warm welcome to you here. Lastdale's like, I gotta cancel my order. I gotta buy more food.
Hold it!
You'd be arrested, wouldn't you? Welcome in, Sleepy Ash. Yes, it's true. I would be sacrificed upon the altar of justice despite my innocence. But what a terrible loss that would be for the future of humankind's cosmetic needs. Yes, everyone needs to smell just like March 7th. If it is a tragedy that must be averted, defend me if you understand this.
Silence!
The only terrible loss is the time wasted by your ceaseless yammering. If you would avert the tragedy awaiting you and that vexing visage of yours, then...
Halfway through the fried rice, a bit too oily? I mean, if you're ordering kimchi fried rice, it's probably gonna be very oily. Yes, I know. Get on with my testimony. Anyhow, suffice to say... Should the mayor admit to the defense's nonsense, I will make good on my threat. And...
Hold it!
They added bacon and Spam. They made it better. That's some good fried rice. Why do you sound like you have a bad day? And just how did you learn this so-called truth behind Tenma Taro? Alderman QB told me all about it. The secrets of the Forbidden Chamber and the truth behind Tenma Taro. Eon's Void, thank you for following and joining the Konstellations. Welcome in. Why would he share secrets like that with you, Mr. LaBelle? Because of the Alderman's wife. I was looking after her while she was hospitalized. He appreciated it so much, he shared the secrets with me.
Wait, did he threaten the Alderman in addition to the mayor?
Don't tell me that's how he learned how to open the Forbidden Chamber. Needless to say, I'm not above revealing the truth behind Tenma Taro. It's not bad, I'm just gonna have to work out a little harder this week. Good luck.
Hold it!
Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Isn't that what the village superstitions say? Exactly! Telling others what Tenmataro looks like would reveal the truth. That's why the superstitions were written down in the first place. And ruin coming to the village if you free him. Is that a warning not to expose the truth? Bingo! And that truth is, Tenmataro is a great, greed-inspiring fortune. And that's what the whole battle over Ninetails Vale is all about. Tenmataro is a great fortune. Come to think of it.
Only that is the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there. Meowth, that's right.
Could Tenmataro actually be... Telling the villagers that Tenmataro is a terrifying yokai is what has scared them away from the forbidden chamber and the treasure within. That's how the treasure has been kept secret all this time. Well. It seems our ace attorney here has uncovered the truth that must not be revealed. Mayor Tenma looks like he wants to keep the truth hidden as much as I do. Tragedy is doomed to repeat itself as long as Tenmataro exists. That's why the secret must be protected. As long as Tenmataro exists, huh? Mr. LaBelle, please add that statement to your testimony.
Hold it!
So in other words, tragedy wouldn't occur at all if there was no Tenmataro? Yes, I suppose so, but that's wishful. This is LaBelle. Yes, you don't say. As long as Tenmataro exists, huh?
How's the mayor supposed to admit his secret identity now?
Well, he may have to find a way to make him say it, or our entire case unravels. There must be a hole in LaBelle's testimony somewhere. The lip smacking? Good or bad? I think it fits the character very well. Very good. All right, who's ready? You guys gotta say it with me. You guys know exactly what word comes out next, right? It starts with an O. The next letter is a B. The final letter is an N. On the count of 3. 1, 2. Oh, Great Lavender, thank you for following and joining the Konstellations. 1, 2, 3. Objection! Not Umineko, get out of here! Mr. LaBelle, what if Tenmataro no longer existed? I never knew Light was such a big... Of course he is! You guys would get along so well with your tastes. Objection! Revealing the truth would no longer be an issue, would it? If Tenmataro no longer existed... What on earth are you talking about? Oh, apparently you haven't heard. Tenmataro no longer exists. But I guess you didn't go to do a thorough search after that key was taken from you, huh? Because when we searched the Forbidden Chamber, there wasn't any treasure there.
Really? Well, maybe you weren't looking in the right place.
Sorry, but I have proof that Tenmataro no longer exists. Take a look at this figure. It's the only one I got.
What do we have here? Looks like some sort of creature.
We found this in the Forbidden Chamber. It's an Azuki Kozo figure. The great thief Azuki Kozo used to leave them at the scene of his crimes.
Are you suggesting that Tenmataro has been stolen?
Yup. Phineas Filch's grandfather, a master thief, was the culprit.
And by that hideous, moronic caretaker's grandfather, no less.
You never see it come back.
No! My beautiful golden Tenmataro was...
The greed inspired by Tenmataro can no longer bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale. Thank you for the glasses. Isn't that right, Mayor Tenma?
The root of tragedy would indeed seem to be gone. In fact, I now recall the alderman revealing the secret to me on the day of our meeting. He must have been speaking of Tenmataro, for he said to me the gold ingot was gone.
The gold ingot? You mean the treasure that is Tenmataro's true form?
Recall, if you will, the scroll in the Forbidden Chamber. Tenmataro is a yellowish object shown there. A giant gold ingot that my nomadic ancestors bestowed upon Ninetales Vale. In return for that gold, my ancestors did receive from Ninetales Vale land that would become Tenma Town. But drive the villagers mad with greed did that great fortune. Bitter was their greed-fueled battle. It was as if they were possessed. My ancestors' gold became a curse upon their village, a curse of ruin. Thus it was that yokai Tenmataro came to be.
So, Tenmataro and the village superstitions were merely fairy tales to scare people away?
Fairy tale or not, Tenmataro made quite the mess of things.
Yes, indeed. But there is no greater monster than a mortal man's lust for gold.
Well, you know what they say. The love of shmoney is the root of all evil.
My ancestors did bring a terrible thing here to Ninetales Vale. A thing so terrible that Tenmataro, a monster just as terrible, had to be created to keep it a secret. Yet, we have naught but love for the little village to which we owe our very existence. Tenma Town would never seek to take over Ninetales Vale in the merger.
Oh my! That was quite a shocking lesson in history.
Mr. Mayor, now that we know Tenmataro no longer exists, are you ready to admit your secret? You are the amazing Ninetales! Aren't you?
Hold it!
No! Don't do it! Please! No, 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 no!
Begone, you demented demon!
Now, where was I? The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Ninetales, is indeed me.
And that means... Dixie!
Yes?
The man wearing the mayor's clothes who you saw collapse in the Fox Chamber. Was he wearing the amazing Ninetales' mask?
And that's what made me think it was Papa. He said he was going to reveal his secret identity to Alderman QB that day, so... So it really wasn't Papa I saw there, was it?
It was Florent's idea from the start. He advised me to reveal my secret identity to the alderman.
Yeesh. Rube Goldberg machines must have less elaborate setups than LaBelle's scheme.
You may rest easy now, little Jinxie. That monster's deception is through.
The true facts behind this case have finally come to light. Mayor Tenma did not kill Alderman QB, but Florent LaBelle did! How dare you, peasant! No!
Silence! Justice Dono. You should at least have a real blade in your hands if you desire to cross swords with me. Or have you mistaken this battlefield for a training ground?
What's this guy want now? You. He wants you, Apollo. Don't you realize this is when the prosecutor realizes that he's gay for you?
Evidence is like a razor-sharp blade that cuts through bone as though it were butter. But you've only blind guesses. A dull blade incapable of cutting even a cake.
Pedgoro? No! Wait. Stop! No, no, no! Oh my god. Please. Pokemon Conquest 2.0. He said he wanted to be a samurai. He just needs to get into Pokemon Conquest 2. Why are there two Blackwells on screen? Hello and good afternoon. Always great to catch an episode of Ace Attorney with you. That's so sweet of you, BB Gamer. Manda Buzz fits his bird kind. Stop. Oh my god, no. They look exactly alike.
He has you there, Mr. Justice. After all, evidence is everything in a court of law.
But...
They're right. Let's see some evidence.
Of course, a perfect being like me wouldn't leave any incriminating evidence behind.
This is the final battle. Just as a samurai must live and die by the sword. You will live or die by the evidence you hold. My swift blade of judgment awaits. Now, present your conclusive evidence, or don't you have any?
Oh, crud. Do I have anything conclusive? Man, I used to think Blackwell was so hot. And then I realized he's just a big weeb. Are you gonna play Edgeworth Duology? Yes, of course. So, I'll tell you guys the game plan. Once we finish this case, I'll tell you guys the game plan we have for the rest of this month, okay? Evidence? Oh, I have evidence.
You do?
Of course. It's just the conclusive evidence we need too. I'm gonna finally prove Mayor Tenma innocent. Here comes justice! What is this Danganronpa? Let's review the facts. The most damning evidence against the mayor was the crime scene itself. The mayor and the victim were the only two people found in the room. Also, we all thought the alderman was killed because he was the amazing Ninetales. But as we know now, of course we were way off. The amazing Ninetales is really Mayor Damien Tenma. That's why when his daughter Jinxie saw the amazing Ninetales collapse at the scene, she mistook him for her father. Those are the facts as we have revealed. However, Mr. LaBelle asserts that he did not leave any evidence at the scene of the crime. But he didn't say anything about evidence outside the crime scene. Maybe he isn't as clever as he thinks he is. Do any of the evidence found outside of the crime scene provide any clues? Yeah, this was outside the crime scene. This is literally just Danganronpa now. Oh, I know. The amazing Ninetales' mask. It was found washed up along the river. What sort of clue does that mask hold? What about the hair left in the mask? Who does it belong to? Okay, I need to save my game here. I think this is what... This is new. The hair and the mask belong to the alderman. So the true... Wait. The alderman? No, of course it isn't! What am I thinking? Someone had been wearing that mask at the crime scene. That's what I should focus on. Well, let's think about that again. Okay, at least they saved you there. Oh, right! That hair is LaBelle's! Yes! This is now what I call conclusive evidence! Wait. Forehead.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have any conclusive evidence to present to this court?
Of course I do! Observe this mask, if you will.
That mask? How is that conclusive evidence?
Wait, I want to do that sequence again, just so I can get some screenshots of his forehead. What? Yeah! Thank you for the dote, Aru! Thank you for the care package, Ditsuno. Let's all go ahead and stand up from our seats. All right. Let's twist our bodies to the left. Let's twist our bodies to the right. Let's stretch our arms straight up to the sky. Let's roll out that right shoulder. Let's roll out that left shoulder. Very slowly, very gently, roll out that neck. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Let's go ahead and drink some water.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have any conclusive evidence to present to this court?
course I do. Observe this mask, if you will.
The mask? How is that conclusive evidence?
It's not the mask itself, but the white hair inside of it. Kevin, I'm gonna put this theory. I think at the time, because you know how he has the hair dye? His hair might actually just be white, and then he dyes it like blonde or green or whatever. We originally thought it belonged to Alderman Rex QB.
Yes, but the amazing Ninetales, as we know, is Mayor Tenma, so...
That is correct. So the question is, whose hair could this be? And the answer to that last question is the person to have worn it before it was discarded. That would be you, Mr. Florent LaBelle!
What are you talking about? I never had hideous white hair like that!
Silence.
It would appear your coup de grace failed to hit its mark. This freakish fop is not the white hair type. Because he's busy being one ludicrously garish color or another.
Objection!
No, Prosecutor Blackquill. It's you who's made a fatal error.
What?
Remember where this mask was found? It washed up by the side of the river. With that in mind... The dye! This last piece of evidence will solve all of the remaining riddles! Take that! That's...
What is that?
This is Mr. LaBelle's own private brand of hair color. It washes out with just water. Thank you for the dote, Spider Lily. You did not get the first one of the stream, unfortunately. The court will also recall that the amazing Ninetales' mask washed up along the side of the village river with white hair inside it.
What's this? Are you saying that preening peacock's hair color is...
That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. LaBelle's hair color is a freaky work of fiction. But thanks to the river flowing through Ninetales Vale, we now have a real-life expose! Ugh! The white hair in this mask is conclusive evidence proving you're the real killer! A DNA test is all we need to prove it, and we both know we'll get a match. Admit it! Florent LaBelle, you were the one who killed Alderman Rex QB!
You peasant!
How dare you! My profane beauty, I'm going to exterminate you! Ah! Ah! No, my makeup!
Hello. This is LaBelle. What? The project is off. This is LaBelle. The sponsors have pulled out. LaBelle speaking. I'm fired. You mean I'm no longer Mayor Tenma's aide? Hello, this is LaBelle. What? There's a stratospheric damages claim against me. $100 million. I'm finished! Oh, stop! Stick a fork in me! This is preposterous. I, Simon Blackwell, defeated. Order! Order! Order in the court! Well, this is quite the unexpected outcome. I must hand it to you, Mr. Justice. You really turned this case on its head, just like that other lawyer, Phoenix Wright.
Pivotal. Wait, that was a compliment, right?
Prosecutor Blackwell, what have you done with Laurent Lebel? The defaced man has withered like a flower without water. Out of the officers is currently tending to him with a sprinkler.
Wouldn't that just wash even more of his makeup off?
Allow me to explain the actions of the guilty party in detail. The motive, of course, was to steal the gold ingot known as Tenma Taro. However, few are allowed into the manor due to its cultural ties to Ninetails Vale. Lebel set in motion plans to gain access to the manor and the gold within the merger. But the efforts of the amazing Ninetails saw those plans come to a halt. And thus Lebel murdered the alderman and attempted to pin the blame on Mayor Tenma. I see. But what I still can't comprehend is why he would go to the gold in the first place. Mr. Lebel doesn't look like someone who's in need of financial aid. Lebel hid his past well, much like he hid his beauty with makeup. He's mired in debt. Debt due to pouring shmoney into a brand only he could love. Which is why he sought the gold with such veracity.
Too bad for him. Someone else had gotten to it first anyway.
I see. Very well then. I believe it's time I declared a verdict. This court finds Damien Tenma not guilty. Court is adjourned.
April 19th, 1:23 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby, number 3. That was some seriously good lawyering, Apollo. Even I didn't see that coming. Just got lucky, I guess. You banished Tenma Taro from the Ninetails Vale like you were some kind of exorcist.
There's still one thing I don't understand. How come Mr. Lebel didn't kill Mayor Tenma too? He could have set it up so the mayor murdered the alderman, then died from a counterattack. That would have removed at least one possible fly from the ointment.
I was wondering about that too. But I have a hunch Lebel was biding his time. He was planning on exposing the amazing Ninetails' true identity himself. Huh? But why? Because the mayor was the amazing Ninetails. Had Lebel succeeded in framing Mayor Tenma for the alderman's murder, the wrestler's popularity would have plummeted once his identity was revealed. Oh, I get it. If the amazing Ninetails was just killed, he'd die a hero. But if he was proved a villain, his fans would abandon him, making the merger that much easier. Right.
Then, when the merger was complete and everything cooled down, he'd be able to search the Forbidden Chamber at his leisure.
What an insanely intricate plot!
A most excellent job clearing my name. A feat worthy of the Demon Lord's approval.
The janitor be like, oh man, now I gotta clean the floor again with the confetti.
Why are you acting like Tenma Taro again?
Let this be of no concern to you.
How could it not concern me? Tenma Taro, be gone!
Ah!
Jinxie, it seems like ages since I've laid eyes on you.
Papa, you're finally back.
Yes, it would seem Tenma Taro is no match for you.
I'm not scared of that silly yokai anymore. Your father's a free man now, Jinxie. Isn't that great? Thank you for all of you've done. Seeing you guys in action, it made me feel like I don't have to be afraid anymore.
Wait, is Jinxie actually smiling?
It's all thanks to you two. Too bad the amazing Nine Tails will have to retire, though.
Aw, how come?
Once everyone hears I'm the amazing Nine Tails, my fan base will nosedive. After all, I'm not the most popular of people. Another reason for my secret identity. I don't see how I could possibly continue.
I think you've misjudged yourself. Take a look outside.
Say, now that you mention it, what's all that noise out there?
A big crowd gathered outside the courthouse once the news broke. Seems like they want to give a glimpse of Mayor Damien Tenma, the man behind the mask. And to root for you and your return to the wrestling ring.
Rooting? For me? But I thought I was nothing more than a malefactor in their eyes.
The only one who really matters is Jinxie. Show her how cool you really are. Yeah, you're the coolest when you're out there fighting in the ring, Papa.
Jinxie.
Here, I think you'll be needing this. Oh god, I'm so bad at this. I think you'll be needing this.
Take that!
Thank you. Now, if you would excuse me. I don't want to keep my fans waiting.
Gives them the anime. That's the real reason this game was rated M.
I sure hope they can settle the problems between Tenma Town and Ninetales Vale.
Me too. I'm sure they'll be fine. After all, the blackmailer / killer is behind bars and the merger's no longer an issue. Plus, the amazing Nine Tails is obviously still a hit, and I suspect Ninetales Vale will be too. And it's all because we believed in our client, just like you said.
Okay, people. Now that we've got that one in the bag, let's go get something to eat. I'm starving.
Sounds good. I've been so nervous I haven't eaten since yesterday. I could really go for some Korean barbecue right now.
Better keep eating, Apollo. Or you might have to start going to hot pot right after you go to Korean barbecue.
Huh?
I'm definitely past my growth phase, and you should be about past yours too. Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. Ready or not, it's a face-stuffing time.
Keep eating like that, and the only direction you'll grow is sideways.
Very funny. But I've got a hollow leg. I can eat as much as I want without gaining an ounce.
Really? Wow, I can't wait to see this.
Calories? Ha! Just let him try to stick on me.
All right already, you two. Let's get going before the old man closes shop.
El Dude's Noodles?
El Dune's Noodles isn't an all-night stand, you know.
I'm with Mr. Wright. Let's go. I've been waiting to have a bowl from there ever since Mr. Wright told me all about them. Well, what are we waiting for?
The nudes are on me today, so I expect some serious eating from you two.
Mm-hmm. Yay! Thanks, boss. I won't let you down.
Athena has no idea what she's getting into. Mr. Eldune's noodles are so hot and salty. 2 bowls would kill a man. I could go for some ramen now. That was our first case together, and it felt like nothing could bring us down after that.
The dark age of law seemed so distant, so irrelevant to our small, cozy office. But little did I know that it had been lurking. Oh, the first time it made itself known was during the murder at Themis Legal Academy. And that case would mark the twilight before the dark, cold night that was to come.
When you put it menacingly like that, that's like... It makes it obvious that he was the killer then. Alright, so the next time we come back, we're gonna be starting off episode 3, and we're gonna be going to the high school AU. Oh no! The chronic farter's gonna come back! Oh, you gotta do the special. Oh, is this the one that's next in the timeline? Can someone confirm? Wait, Kiro, are you here? Can you confirm that? Turnabout reclaimed. Is this like confirmed to be the right timeline? This is gonna set my plans apart even more. Okay, I'll confirm. It's personally, I think the DLC case is best saved for after the last case. Okay, I'm gonna trust you then. I'll trust you there then. I think it'll just be easier because, so now that we're done, we'll go ahead and talk about what our plans are for the rest of this game. So, let's go ahead and switch over. Okay. So, let me turn off my Switch. We are now going to be starting Case 3 the next time we play this game. And because in 5 weeks, that's so crazy how soon that is. In 5 weeks, the Edgeworth duology will be releasing. I want to play that game as soon as it comes out, so I don't plan on finishing up Dual Destinies as soon, by the time Edgeworth comes out. So what we're going to do now then, I wouldn't want any chatters coming in, seeing the special episode and mistakenly thinking you finished it. Oh, got it. Thank you. So what we're going to be doing is, I want to get to episode 4, because episode 4 is what I've been waiting for the most with Ace Attorney, because episode 4 is when we meet a character that I'm really excited to see. So my game plan now is we have 5 weeks to finish up until episode 4. I'm probably gonna do 2 Ace Attorney streams a week just so that we can make sure we finish up episode 3 and episode 4 before Edgeworth releases. Because once Edgeworth releases, we're gonna put Dual Destinies on hold and we're gonna switch over to Edgeworth. So yeah, we're probably gonna be doing 2 Ace Attorney streams a week. Hopefully finish up episode 4 before Edgeworth releases. Once Edgeworth releases, we're gonna do Edgeworth 1, Edgeworth 2, then go back to Dual Destinies, then Spirit of Justice, and hopefully by some miracle, either Ace Attorney 7 comes out or Leighton vs. Wright gets ported. There's like, you know, hopefully there's a way that I'll be able to play Leighton vs. Wright, but Leighton vs. Wright is probably going to be the last thing that we have. But thankfully, we still have a lot of Ace Attorney to go through together. I told you guys Ace Attorney was gonna be with us this entire year, and it will. We're definitely not gonna finish Apollo's trilogy until, honestly, by the end of this year, I would say. I think Edgeworth's games are probably gonna take, I don't know, because I go about Ace Attorney like I do investigation 1 week, trial 1 week, investigation 1 week, trial 1 week. So we'll see. And even if we finish everything that we have, now that we've grown as a community, I'm honestly down to do an encore run of the Great Ace Attorney. I love that game so much. I will do a second playthrough of that game with you guys. And I want to bring in guests. I want to bring in Kiro. I want to bring in other friends and whatnot. So I definitely want to do another run of Great Ace Attorney. That's probably not going to be until next year, and if not even next year, like in 2 years, it's going to be a while. By then, it'll be a while since I've last played Great Ace Attorney, so I'm super excited for it. But we have a lot of Ace Attorney to cover, so I'm not worried. We've got a lot ahead of us. I'm super excited to get to play all of it. And especially because for the most part, like, this is a blind run. You guys are pretty good about respecting my boundaries with spoilers and things like that. And I appreciate that. So yeah. Thank you guys for joining me today. If you guys are new here and you guys would like to keep up on all the socials, please feel free to follow on Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok, all at Atelier Kieran, same as this Twitch channel right here. If you guys would like to join the Discord server, the link is available down there as well. Anyone is welcome to join as long as you guys are over the age of 18, but you guys better be adults if you're watching my stream, or else... Oh, not the Vine Boom. Oops. I'm gonna finish up my schedule and I'll get it up sometime tonight on Twitter and the Discord. And honestly, if I don't have dinner plans, if no one wants to get dinner with me, I'll just go, I might go hop on the Discord server and play some Final Fantasy XIV. So if you guys want to join us for that, you guys can. But yeah, that's it for today. Give me 1 second. You can always ask them, me? Ask what? Sorry, what? We're gonna go ahead. He's not streaming right now, but we're gonna go ahead and raid my best friend, because if you guys aren't already, I need you guys to follow him. Hero is gonna be coming back to streaming tomorrow on Monday, so you guys better be following him now so that you guys can be prepared for when he streams tomorrow, because he was on a vacation for 3 weeks. He's finally home, and I want to make sure that everyone can give him a big warm welcome when he comes back to streaming, okay? Bye, Kieran. Thanks for the stream. Take care. Thank you for hanging out, Juan. I hope you have a good night. Have a great rest of your weekend. Take care, everyone. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great rest of your evening, guys. I love you guys all. And of course, Otsu Kieran! Bye-bye!